Bron's good. He's like 70%. If I hear that one more time about last night's game, I will say LeBron James is amazing, doing what he's doing at his age. God, it feels great to beat him.
All right, here we go. What went on to play? What went on with him deciding to play last night? Here's LeBron James.
Try to get as much rest as I could, stay hydrated as much as I could, man. Give my team as much as I could today. I came in, it was a Sunday before my normal prep day, for the Minnesota game, and started to get worse. But as the minutes went on, so I went home, and pretty much today was like one of the first days I was able to get out of the room, get out of bed, and feel a little bit of energy, and I guess well enough to be able to come here and try to help the team.
All right, when did he start feeling bad?
When I got to the arena on Sunday, I do my normal prep, but like I said, I was getting worse as the minutes was going on, as I was prepping for the game. And I know me more than anybody. There was no way in hell I was going to be able to play in that game on Sunday. I just didn't feel right at all, so. Probably about 55 on the clock, 60 on the clock, around the time I got here, I guess. I don't know.
LeBron James, despite being 70%, went 14-22. 33 points, 11 assists, 7 rebounds, 3 or 4 from the three-point line.
Just imagine if he was 100%.
I mean, dude, talking about a flu game.
This guy, dude.
A flu game in the last regular season game.
They're calling it the left flu game.
Hey, honestly, LeBron James, Laker fans, I'll never forget, Shasky, the LeFlu game. I never forget.
Why does he have to put it on so thick?
You want to deal with this next year with the Warriors?
Syrupy.
This is what I'm talking about. It's not the guy's incredible on the court. It's this stuff.
It's so syrupy. I couldn't even get out of bed. It's like, why are you here then? Like, what are the office protocols these days? If you're not feeling well, stay home so you don't give everybody else whatever variant. Like, not that we're COVID crazy like we were a couple years ago, but like, we don't want anyone to get any other variant. Like, we all know how it is. Like, just be reasonable. Oh, I was so valiant. I couldn't get out of bed.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
I mean, in fairness, it was flu-like symptoms. So, again, going back to The Last Dance, could have been a bad pizza slice. He likes Taco Tuesday. Who knows?
Yeah, here's the problem. He was slurping his own you-know-what.
Whoa!
And he got himself sick.
Slurping his own pizza?
I mean, gosh. Slurping what?
The guy wants to narrate his
what?
His own clippings, press clippings.
Big pause. I know where you're going.
That's how he got sick?
Dude, he's just... The problem with LeBron is that everyone thinks he's great. And he has to create over the top. Like, we already know you're great, but I was more great than you're giving me credit for. I had a hangnail. It's just ridiculous.
So now you're coming to my world.
The most painful hangnail.
Yeah, but there's two different questions. I'd still take him on my team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I said that.
And I would be right there with him. If he was wearing a Warrior uniform, I'd be like, oh, he did that at 70%.
Right. He's trying to have his flu game in a 9-10 matchup.
Come on,
before
dog.
the playoffs.
Come on, dog.
But I was going to say this.
It does feel like he's done with Anthony Davis.
But I was going to say this, though. Remember we were in Philadelphia. We were in the elevator. We ran into a Laker fan.
Oh.
And he goes,
I remember.
I have not been to a Laker game since LeBron James signed with the L.A. Lakers. Laker fans don't feel LeBron like that. They don't. He wants to be a center like Kobe. Kobe spent 20 years there.
He'll never be, like, come on.
But he thinks
he'll
that.
Never be
he thinks that he should get a statue. No, you shouldn't. Not in L.A.
I mean, who knows? No, not in L.A.
Statue, but he'll get something.
Yeah, not a
He'll get a jersey retired. Even then, I question that.
He won a championship.
The Mickey Mouse ring. All right, here's LeBron James. Says tip your cap to the Warriors.
They have the ability to do that, so not surprising. Obviously, Day got it going early, had the 5 for 5 from 3, and you have to tip your cap to him, tip your cap to them. You go out with a game plan, and when they exploit the game plan, you tip your cap. And Day definitely messed with our game plan with him shooting the ball he did in the first half, and but you give a team that shoots 23, makes 26 threes, it's gonna be hard to beat them.
And that's the thing we were discussing yesterday in this game. We all assumed that Anthony Davis was playing, and if Anthony Davis played, he would have gave Draymond Green the same space. Obviously, it was their game plan to make Draymond Green shoot it or make a decision at the top of the key. Well, when he's aggressive offensively, we keep talking about this. For the last 5 years, we've talked about this when it comes to Draymond Green. When he's aggressive offensively, this team is just different. They're a lot more explosive offensively because a coach can't draw up plays to get you that wide open.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Seth is looking at Draymond Green like, dude, now Seth did have a wide open three yesterday from the top of the key. He was like, what? Nobody's around me? Easiest three he's made all season. But when Draymond's aggressive and he hits those shots, and he at least takes them. Now, yesterday he made them. Now the defense has to honor them. They just do. And now it opens up more lanes for Andrew Wiggins. It opens up Clay, backdoor cuts, layups, CJD going above the rim. This is a different team when he's aggressive offensively. Steve Kerr talked about Draymond Green working on his three-point shot.
He worked really hard last summer on his shot. He knew that he would be asked to take more threes. You know, we anticipated playing him at the 4 more often this year with Loon and then eventually with Trace. And so he worked hard at it. I mean, when the guy makes shots, you know, you just credit him for making them, but for putting the work in and I think really getting his mind right coming into the season.
Well, Shasky, I know you're wondering, like me, what type of work did he put in to get his shot rolling? Here's Draymond Green on the work he put in the offseason.
Interestingly enough, it was mind work and body work. You know, not necessarily, I mean, I did a lot of shooting, you know, myself and Travis. Travis put a lot of things in to work on my base, like how I'm getting in and out of my shot. You know, over the years, you know, my shot took a dive, and it was in large part that I couldn't get in and out of my hips because my hips was messed up. And so it's been a process of getting my movement patterns right.
That's Draymond Green.
You know, he has been shooting the top of the key three-pointer much better. If he was looking for one thing, like a wrinkle to add to his game to continue the, you know, stretch the floor for the team, the corner three would be the one area that I would like to see him improve on. But to me, it's not about necessarily the raw makes. It's about attempting those shots and being a threat. It's very simple to me. You can clearly tell from LeBron James's point of view, they're going to give Draymond that top of the key three almost every time by design. And if Draymond beats them to his point of tipping the cap like he's Mike Krukow, you tip the cap.
You know, a lot of people didn't believe Draymond Green could get back to 38.8% from the three-point line. Remember he did that in 2015-16. Year before he shot 33.7. I thought, man, can he get to 33?
Well, he had
Remember we had a conversation.
Injury.
Yeah, he had the shoulder injury.
He had the shoulder injury. They played in the Olympics. Like there was a lot of
there's a lot. The back
rehab.
or whatnot.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff.
It's just taking a shot. I want you to take the shot. I remember when D. Wright and I got to the parking lot, I told you the story. I think I told the Roasters a story where he pulled up on us and we're talking about Dylan Brooks, and I was like, man, let that thing fly. Now, this is before
I love how
the whole
you,
fun game.
Yeah.
It's all before
shooting
the
coach Bonte Hill. Let that thing fly.
So I
was working with Rick Celebrini and Bonte Hill about my mentals.
Draymond wasn't shocked I was talking to him. Maybe it's
always fun game.
But listen, he's at 39.5% for the three-point line this season.
What is it?
39.5%.
Wow. The results speak for themselves.
The guy might walk out of this season shooting 40%.
That's his best three-point shooting in his career, too.
Well, yes, by a long
2016
shot.
was 38, 37%?
2015-16 was 38.8%.
That's wow. And that was with Luke Walton, where he was really focused on ripping those shots. I think that's Draymond's best season, just period, of basketball.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of with you there.
I mean, think about it.
He averaged 14. He averaged 14, 9.5, 7.5. That is 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And then
what was he at? 17 points in 16 what?
14 points, 9.5 rebounds, 7 assists.
Still a great year.
That was an amazing year. Amazing year. Then he had a block and a half per game, a steal and a half per game. I mean, he's had some monster numbers. This is by far his best offensive season since 2015-16.
I think the only way it works offensively with TJD and Draymond Green on the floor is if Draymond is shooting that shot.
Exactly.
If he is taking that shot. Now, we're getting in the weeds of the X's and O's and the spacing and half-court offense and whatnot, but the only way that works, TJD and him, is you got to be a threat across the board. And with the one guy, the big, being the roller and the high screener and being active and whatnot. So I'm not surprised, but I am surprised that the percentage is that high.
Right, no doubt. And look, we know about the first half splits and the second half splits. He doesn't take them in the second half. In the first half, his percentage, Draymond Green this year, this is some crazy splits. First half of games, Draymond Green is 46-90 from three, shooting 51% from the three-point line.
Okay, 90 attempts. Okay.
90 attempts. In the second half, just 37 attempts, 5 at 37, 13.5%. And yesterday, he didn't hit the three in the second half, but he didn't need to. You get your bonus right there.
Yeah.
5 threes in the first half, you take that all game and walk into the locker room with 15 points.